Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I just got home from work and a fantastic burrito for dinner. And I figured, you know what, before I fall into my burrito coma, let's do a D6 run. My first D6 run ever, of all time, ever, in my Isaac career, ever. So D6, I showed it off very briefly when I picked it up at the end of the last video. It was our reward for beating something, Isaac, I think, or beating the cathedral with the blue baby. I'm not entirely sure. I have no memory. So, not even going to deal with those stupid red fires. So the idea is, or orange, or whatever. The idea is we want to find the item room and or the boss room immediately and avoid most other rooms in between. Because there's that, which I almost just walked into like a derp. I think that's Bobby-On, which will be homing bombs, and like, you know, it's a useful item, and reroll, brah, we're getting rid of it. We're gonna get the leech instead, which is a decent item. I have seen it on one of the very limited number of Binding of Isaac videos that I've watched. Trying to avoid too many spoilers, so I've waited a really long time and I've only watched, dang it, a handful of videos in my attempt to not really have anything spoiled for me. Leech is interesting. It's like the like Eve's Dead Bird or some of the other attack familiars. I say some of the other attack familiars. I don't know if there are any other attack familiars like this that'll charge at enemies. There might be. I'm assuming there are. It rushes down an enemy and it kills it, and when it kills the enemy, it restores a half a heart of health to me. So, hooray! That's pretty sweet. Good to get some extra damage, good to get a little bit of HP recovery. You can see the heart and the up arrows and things on me when my leech kills stuff for me. So the D6, Isaac now will start with it, so for every like non-challenge Isaac run that I get going forward here, we will have the D6. It leads to some really interesting things, because the D6 lets you, as you saw, completely reroll an item, so you get a different item from the corresponding item pool. What do I mean by that? Well, items are kind of segmented into groups. There's a certain set of items that you will only ever, or mostly only ever see as deals with the devil. Or certain items that you will probably only ever see from the angel. And the D6 lets us re-roll that. So if we go into like a devil room and like, hey, Mr. Devil, you're offering some items, but you know what? I don't really like some of what you have to offer. I would prefer something else. Well, D6 lets us re-roll that. You know what? We're going to go into the curse room. Sorry, I'm going back and forth while I lose my mind and ramble. D6 will let us re-roll the item and maybe get something different from that group of items. It's actually pretty flippin' amazing. But it also has a really dramatic impact on how you play the game. So the idea is, you know, you want to find rooms, the shop, the item room, the boss, whatever. You want to find things that'll give you items immediately, and you want to use your reroll on those items. And so there's kind of a method to your madness, a bit more so than usual. You want to play rooms in certain orders, you want to explore in a certain way. I am going to admit now, I have never had the D6 before. I never got it in vanilla Binding of Isaac. So I'm not going to be perfect at using it, but I have a fundamental understanding of how the D6 works and what you want to do with it. So I think I'm okay with this. But yeah, I mean oh dang it, I'm taking such stupid damage here. It has a pretty dramatic impact on how you play the game. At least with Isaac. It doesn't really affect other characters too much. It makes Isaac a far more interesting character. So like right now, like, oh, okay, and coat hanger, and look, tears up, and great. I could re-roll that in theory if I had another re-roll, but I don't, and there aren't any more rooms here, so we're gonna go ahead and take it and carry on. So the idea is, you know, if you get maybe a not so great item, like Bob's Brain, you can turn that into something a bit more useful, a bit less kill myself because freaking Bob's Brain. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's going to be interesting. I'm It's an item I've always been fascinated by, both conceptually, just like in video games in general, and also in the context of The Binding of Isaac. It seems like it would have a pretty significant impact on how the game is played. I'm really excited to have it for myself, finally. So we got the leech there doing work. Also, aside from just like getting items that I know are good, we could try to use our rerolls to pick up items that, you know, I haven't seen before, like the leech. Pretty gosh darn sure that I have not seen the leech in any of my own videos. It's an awesome item. It's really interesting, but also, so you'll note, you know, my die is full. I could use it. I mean, there's no point using it on a room like this that doesn't have any items. But it's kind of a waste to be carrying a fully charged die and not be using it. So you really, really, really want to find those item rooms or boss rooms as quickly as you can, so that you're using the die and then you have opportunity to recharge it as frequently as you can. Like, you really, really, really want to try to optimize the hell out of your use of this item. It's a whole different mentality. That is faux show. Also worth knowing, you know, or keeping in mind, at least, how large the floor is. So, like, okay, hey, you know, we're on basement 2. It's probably not going to be a super huge floor. So if I use my reroll on the item room here, how likely do I think it is that we're going to get another reroll in time for the boss? I don't know. Something to keep in mind. Yum Heart, absolutely not worth replacing the D6. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and reroll that. Oh my god, we got the freaking magnet. I am hesitant to take the magnet, the strange attractor. It gives us magnetic tears. I am terrified of that thing. So let's go see if we can get another reroll and maybe come back and turn that into something a bit more useful. Also, let's see if I can walk through the goddamn doors, because apparently I have just lost all of the very, very limited amount of coordination that I thought I had. Alright, these enemies, not too difficult, just a bit tedious because my damage output is horrendous. So that's another pill, different from the one we have right now. Let's just use the one we have right now. Puberty, useless, doesn't do anything good or bad, it just exists. So we got our boss room here, sure. I'll deal with Monstro while I have half of a black heart. Okay. That's exactly why. Because of our ability to reroll items, it's also really, really beneficial to try to get deals with the devil. Even more so than usual, because, again, we can reroll those items and maybe get, you know, really, really amazing deals with the devil, where otherwise we would not, like, you know, turn a crappy item like the shovel, we can go deeper into something a bit more useful like brimstone. Potential exists. Definitely worth going for. Champion monster there, not that big of a deal. He didn't jump, which was interesting. Halo, amazing item. Love it. All stats up. Really, really great. Guppies, Furball. I probably shouldn't have come and fought the boss until I had a full charge. Guppy's Hairball, I don't think is worth getting. I would like to reroll it, but I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe. Who knows? Sometimes the boss room stays open, or the devil room stays open. Sometimes it does not. I don't actually know what controls that. So there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. I'm going to use a bomb here. We'll check for the secret room. Not terribly likely, but we'll get the tinted rock and then we can get that cash. I'm all about getting that cash. And then again, we have money, we have like enough money to be able to buy something from the shop. So we can go visit the shop, and if it's not useful, like if it's an item that I don't really feel enthusiastic about, like if it's offering the ladder or something, we could re-roll that and potentially get something way more interesting. However, sadly, no rerolls here. And we're out of rooms for this floor, so Do I take the dark magnet or not? That's my question now. I say no. I'm kind of scared of that item. Kind of scared. I'm really scared of that item. Oh, I can see forever. Gives us access to both of the secret rooms. This is just kind of a fluke when I use that pill. I was hoping for explosive diarrhea or something, which is why I positioned myself by the tinted rock there. All right, we'll wrap this floor up. See if we can find. Oh, we could also go check out the arcade here. Let's do that real quick. See if we get something useful. We might. You never know. Bombs. Bombs are awesome. It'll let me get that other tinted rock that we saw. And we got a key. I'm okay with that. Let's play the blood bank a little bit. Get some more cash. Get a lot more cash, apparently. Good grief. That's good. I feel okay having 3 heart containers. Also, my leech might murder things and get me more HP, which is okay. Let's do this again. I would love to get me some blood bank. Or, blood bank. Well, this is the blood bank. Blood bag! That's what I want. Blood bag would be great. Guess I'm gonna be gambling a bit more than I thought I would be. I should let my leech kill things so that I can get the HP recovery from him. Oh, and then I immediately kill the fly. It's okay. Child's heart. Higher drop rate for hearts. We got the IV bag. Not great. I would love to re-roll that. But again, can't really do that. Let's go check out the shop. And also, keep in mind, I would still love to find that second secret room. That's the first. The regular, boring secret room. We'll take the soul heart. Magic fingers, fun item. You kind of need to have a lot of cash for it to be really worthwhile. And I don't have a lot of cash. Okay, all right. I'm gonna skip on the dark magnet thing because I don't like that item. I've had it once in the challenge and then once in one of my more recent videos here, and I am terrified of that. I still don't really understand how to use it correctly. There's probably some amazing synergy with it, but not really for me. Okay. Let's fight a bunch of bats. Mr. Attack Leech, I would love it if you would do your thing. Curse of the Unknown is terrifying. It's one of the curses that I like the least of all things. I cannot see how much HP I have, and I do not like that. We'll open you. We'll take Guppy's head, sure. It'll give me some attack flies, and then we can re-roll it and maybe get something a little bit more interesting. I'm going to stick with the D6 because it's going to fully recharge at the end of this room. And I'm just going to go ahead and use it right now because since we don't have easy access to any other items right now, either the shop or the item room or the boss or anything like that, I don't want to waste charges of the D6. So while it's charged, may as well go ahead and use it. Yeah. What is that? Is that like rubber cement? No, that's not rubber cement. Is that chocolate milk? Oh, damn it. Well, first time getting chocolate milk, so I'm okay with that. This was in the original game. It gives you a charge shot. Oh, and you can rapidly attack to do that. When you charge, you spit out a giant tear at the end of it. I don't know, it kind of has a bit of a bad rap. I don't mind it so much. It's not great. There are certainly better items, but it's an interesting one. There's a bit of potential there. We have the attack leech as well, so we still got some sort of damage that we're dishing out here. Would love to find the item room. Oh, would love to not take stupid damage like that. That's so dumb. There's our item room. Alright, what do you got for us? Robo Baby. Which I think we've had before. It's a familiar who floats around behind us and shoots the technology laser. Not amazing. I would like to maybe re-roll that. If we get a full re-roll. Oh, doctor. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. We'll try. Oh, you're the one that shoots the laser. Oh my gosh, this room is horrible. I hate this room. This is my least favorite room of all time. And I died. Well, thank you for joining me. Sorry about this short video. No, we're gonna go again. That was kind of embarrassing, but chocolate milk, I don't know. It's not great by itself. It is great with certain other items that you can combine it with. I will agree with that 100%. And I didn't have the damage output to really make it worthwhile, and then that curse of not being able to see your HP, and then just that last room with all the things shooting at me. Bad news bears. Alright, need to find the item room as quickly as possible. Every room that we go into that has enemies and is not the item room is a waste of a chunk of the D6 charge. Oh man, that's an interesting room. That is for darn sure. Probably gonna want to come back to that. Woohoo. We'll see. We'll see if we have bombs. I would rather get the tinted rock there more than anything else. But what was that, like 6 cents that we could get with a single bomb? It's also not bad. Come on, give me... Oh, Monstrous Tooth. Monstrous Tooth is not great. I would like to re-roll that. But I have no way of getting it, so I'm not going to use my re-roll on it. If we had Flight or something, if we were playing as like Azazel, well, we wouldn't have the D6, so that's less of a concern, but we could get at that and therefore make it re-rolling if I did have the D6, which is just a pointless scenario because I'm pretty sure that cannot happen. Unless you get one of those, like, 6 die-face rooms that re-rolls all the items you have. If you get something like that and it gives you the D6, oh man, that would be fascinating to have with one of the other characters. There's so much potential for very interesting wackiness in this game. I absolutely love it. Alright, Duke of Flies, fairly tedious boss. I mean, he's simple, he's easy enough to beat, his attacks are not that dangerous. He just takes a little while, especially if you have low damage. So that's Mom's Lipstick, range up. That's the Magic 8-Ball, which is tears up or shot speed up. It's one of those things. It'll be there when we get back, so I'll think about maybe getting something else instead. Yeah, you're worth using my bomb on. I'll get one of these tinted rocks. And we'll leave that because if there is a curse room that we can go into, I'd rather do that instead. So we'll maybe come back for that Soul Heart on our way out. Still want the item room. Found the item room. And the poop. Damn it! Should have saved my reroll for this. Poop is completely useless. It is 100% reroll fodder. But again, I don't know. As I've mentioned, I have not ever actually played with the D6 before, so I don't know if it's more worthwhile to use it in the boss room, like where we were, or to go try and use it, you know, save it and use it against, like, the item room or something, especially in these early floors that are small enough that we're not going to have a lot of opportunity to recharge our thing. So Magic 8 Ball, it's okay. It gives us a random tarot card, which is actually like the larger benefit of having it. Still better than the range up that we would have gotten otherwise, I think. Curse of the Maze! This is the one that just kind of randomly shuffles rooms around a little bit as we play. Don't mind this curse so much, though it can be a bit annoying when you're trying to get from one room to another and the game keeps blocking you off and sending you elsewhere. It's a bit of an irritant, but it's not really that bad otherwise. Like that. Go up then, fine. Take that, game. I'm not gonna put up with your shenanigans. Alright, that was a fairly easy room. Our D6 is halfway charged. I would love to find either the item room or the boss, something that I can use my D6 on as soon as it's charged. Would love to get more damage, of all things. That would be fantastic. Okay, item room found. Bomb. I think that just gives us like 5 bombs or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not super great at identifying all of the bomb-related items. I know what most of them do, I just don't know which is which. I'm probably gonna re-roll that. We'll see when I actually have my charge. If I find the boss and the boss gives us a crappier item, then, you know, I'll make my decision then. But since we don't have our reroll charged right now, I am not super terribly invested in making a decision right now. Gonna go ahead and destroy all this poop. It is fairly tedious, but as you saw, that one gave me a penny, so who knows, we can maybe get some useful stuff out of here. Also realized I haven't shown off any seeds. Our stats are garbage. They're not garbage, they're just not great. Not good, not impressive. It's starting stats. I miss my leech friend. It was kind of cool hanging out with him. Okay, so we have a charge on our D6. And we haven't found the boss yet. Could poke our head into the shop, however, don't have enough money to buy anything, so I really don't think that's actually worthwhile. So I'm going to go back and we're going to re-roll that bomb here. As I mentioned, I have a... Thank you, Reum. Deja vu. I have an understanding of what to do with the D6. That, actually, I kind of like this item. Big fan. Fat Protector. Really, really slow orbital. I kind of dig it. It's slow enough that you can have maybe a better shot at managing it, getting it into place to block shots or to do damage. I generally understand the concept behind the D6, but I don't know all the crucial details for min-maxing every run. Yeah, Fat Fan doing work. Look at that. Didn't even have to shoot those flies. And we'll do the same to you. It's a bit of a novelty still at this point, but I am digging it. Hey Monstro, how you doing, buddy? Monstro Super easy boss. One of the easiest bosses in the game. And also one of the most common bosses in the game, to say the least. Okay, caffeine pill, decent. Speed up shot, speed up maybe, size down, good things. Fear shot, now we're talking. I will go ahead and take you. I will go ahead and take you, there we go. Dark matter. I actually really like this because it's guaranteed. Every shot will induce fear with whatever enemy it hits. Caffeine pill, speed up, size down, and give us a random pill, which is pheromones and whatever. Yeah, I am okay with this. I'm happy with how that room, or floor, how that floor turned out. Alright, welcome to the caves. Same thing, as we're charging our D6, really want to find a room where we can use our D6. Fear shot, fantastic, because not only does it cause enemies to, like, wander away from me, but it causes them to stop shooting as well, which is just awesome. Okay, cool. Found our item room right away, which is, like, really, really good. And our shop, potentially. Okay, apparently you want nothing to do with my fat fan. Let's see what we got in here. I don't know what that is. Is it worth getting? I don't know. Is it something we've already had before? I don't know. I have no idea. Let's go see if the boss is connected to this room. It is not. I'm probably going to end up re-rolling that item just because I am going to have a charge. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. Let's poke our head into here. I don't know what to do, everybody. Let's re-roll mystery item there. I have a charge. If it re-rolls into something crappy, there's a chance that we can get another re-roll. Book of Revelations, actually, really dig it. Free soul heart, and will cause us to fight a Horseman of the Apocalypse on this floor. That's actually awesome. Horseman of the Apocalypse will give us a free cube of meat. I don't know how rerolls for specific items work. Like, cube of meat is a very particular drop. You're guaranteed to get it after fighting one of the horsemen. One of the 4 normal horsemen, at least. So re-rolling that, does that give us the same cube of meat? Does it draw from the same pool of things that can drop from those enemies? So like cube of meat or... Ooh, I will take cube of meat or ball of bandages? I don't know. I have no idea. Does it give us just like a random boss drop? HP up, range up, one of those, you know, breakfast... Mom's lipstick, mom's heels. Like, I don't know how that works. I have absolutely no idea. So, I guess we're just going to be playing this one by ear. We'll see. Odds are, I mean, cube of meat, ball of bandages, really, really, like, really awesome items, in my opinion. So I don't think I would want to reroll them anyway, because they're so good to have. I'm digging having the fat fly protector hanging around. I would absolutely love to have another orbital giving me an increased chance to block shots, take less damage. That was really dumb damage that I took there. It's okay, it's not the end of the world, but by golly, it was horrible. Easily avoided damage, that's for sure. Alright, want to find the boss room. Pretty please. Champion Fistula turns into the bomb flies instead of maggots when it breaks apart. Not super difficult. Is kind of dangerous though, just because of the unpredictability of the bomb flies. This is going to give me a full charge here. So do we go poke our head into the shop? I don't think so. I don't know. We don't have enough money. Oh, thank you, game. Pestilence! So, Elite Pestilence. He's going to spawn those cricket things, which are creepy as hell. And instead of the green toxic poisonous creep, it's the white puddle. And I forget what the white one does. I think it slows us instead of doing damage. Well, I'm not positive, and that was really crappy damage. That was even worse damage. Cannot afford to be taking all this damage. Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, there goes our deal with the devil potential. Although I picked up the goat head, which I think gives us, like, massively increased chances for deals with the devil. Which is great because I'm taking so much really dumb damage in this fight. This is awful. I feel so bad. Pestilence is not a difficult boss. None of the 4 main horsemen are terribly difficult. So I always feel really, really bad when I take damage from that. Okay, ball of bandages, which I picked up on accident. That's fine. Deal with the devil. I think this is Whore of Babylon on the right, and this is the headless baby on the left here. That's a troll bomb. Let's re-roll you and get a pentagram. And I don't know what that scythe does. I don't think I've ever gotten that before. I don't think I've ever even seen that before. We don't have the HP to be doing this, though. I will take the pentagram because damage up is amazing. I always like having more damage, so I'm okay with that. Still have a few more rooms. Feel really crappy about how little HP I have. That's kind of terrifying. Such is the way of things in The Binding of Isaac, though. Well, didn't get any items out of that, though we did get a minor bit of recharge on our D6. What was over here? Yeah, don't have 2 keys to use, so definitely not worth it. Can't go into the curse room because I will most likely die. What was in the item room? I completely have forgotten. Also, by the way, our ball of bandages is moving as slow as our fat fan. I did not realize that would be the case. Oh yes, Book of Revelations. Ooh, you're really good. But I'm going to stick with the D6 because it's also really good. Yeah, I am kind of weirded out by how slow our ball of bandages is moving. Interesting that our fat fly is affecting it. Do we use a bomb to get 2 cents? I have a lot of bombs. Yes, let's put the bomb down here, because there's a chance it can maybe be close enough to get the secret room. Or not. 2 cents. We're close to being able to visit the shop, though. I would love to get that side. If we had any soul hearts, I would go for it. I absolutely would. Okie dokie, catacombs. let us find that item room, please. Pretty please. Man, that fear shot makes these rooms so much easier to deal with. Deal with the corn poops as well real quick, just so I don't have to worry about those flies. A whole bunch of bats. Gotta be careful, can't stop here. This is bat country, apparently. Still no sign of the item room. We have a couple of charges on the D6, or a couple of rooms before the D6 is charged. Not entirely sure how to word that. A few more things to do before the thing that we can thing. Because remember, as much fun as I'm having with all of these items that we can just re-roll and getting new items and all of that entails, end goal is still to be able to beat, like, Satan or Isaac in the cathedral or, you know, something along those lines. It's awful. I'm gonna go ahead and pop down the levers so I can grab one of those hearts. Because I have no HP. Bum friend. He'll follow us around and pick up any items, like pennies and nickels and things that are just laying around the level. He'll pick them up, and every now and then he'll pay out with some other consumable drop item. You know, keys, bombs, pills, tarot cards, that sort of thing. You know, I mean, I appreciate you and all the work that you do for us, but no, you're gone. Oh my god, Bob's freaking brain. I hate that item. And if I die here, I'm gonna cry. Please don't die here. I know, I played it super risky with that. Oh man, I thought my ball bandages would protect me. I played it really, really risky with the deals with the devil. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And this is what I get for that. Anyway, that was our first look at D6 Isaac, which I'm not super great at. I don't know. We'll probably come back to D6 Isaac. That was also in hard mode. Whatever. It was fun. It's interesting. It's a very interesting twist on the game. It changes things up pretty dramatically, and I do appreciate that. Anyway, quick overview of just where we're at. So we need -2 win streak. That's embarrassing. So we need to get one more Isaac kill to wrap up the photograph here, whatever that is. I think, not positive, but I think that will let us access whatever the next level is after the cathedral or shoal. I don't know. I don't know if it's different levels depending on whether you go to the cathedral or shoal. I don't know whether you have to go to a specific one of those to go to whatever comes next. I know there is a thing, and it happens later, but I don't know how to get there. As for the challenges here, so we still got the Purist at the bottom, we got the 2 lock challenges, we have Pitch Black, which is the, hey, you cannot see your health challenge, and I think it also, like, it gives you the Curse of Darkness, where the rooms are dark, and maybe the Curse of Blindness, where you can't see what the items are, they're all just question marks, so, like, interesting combination of things. Darkness Falls, that's the, like, super crazy Eve challenge, where you have, like, the razor and whatnot with Eve. Like, really interesting. That's actually a really fun one. I'm looking forward to doing that again. Solar System, where we cannot shoot, but we have the Forever Alone attack fly, and then the Distant Admiration slightly closer attack fly. They orbit at different directions, and that's just a bizarre one. Really interesting. I want to do that again. Suicide King, which gives us the godforsaken reflective mirror, my reflection, where my tears will boomerang back to me, and then Ipecac, where my tears explode when they land, therefore causing me to do damage when I hit myself with my own tears. Demo Man, that is... that's Dr. Fetus, where we shoot bombs instead of tears, and then I think we have, like... I don't remember what the other items were, but it's basically we play as Dr. Fetus. Interesting challenge, got fairly far, didn't get any bomb upgrades if I recall correctly, and that's why I had so much trouble with Mom's Heart at the end. But not an awful challenge, it's certainly an interesting one. And then, again, don't know what the 2 locked ones are, and then the Purest is you don't get any items, so it's the worst thing ever. We're going to pretend it's not on the list, and it doesn't exist. As for that, you know, I still want to beat Satan with everybody, so like Isaac needs a Satan kill. Want to beat Isaac with everybody, so Maggie needs an Isaac kill, Cain needs both, Eve needs both, you know, whatever. And then I eventually want to get hard mode, at least Mom's Heart victories on everybody, because that unlocks an item, and that's how we've been unlocking all of those other baby characters. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there are other types of babies, you know, the baby familiars. Like, there's the Dry Baby and Brother Bobby and things like that. Let's go take a look really, really quick. I think they're just, like, right over here. Yeah, so Dead Baby, which I've never seen. Begotten Baby, which I've never seen yet. Wrapped Baby, which I've never seen yet. Locked Baby, which I've never seen yet. Shadow Baby, which I've never seen yet. And so on, and so on, and so on. And I haven't actually seen any of them yet. So I'm looking forward to when we actually get them in the game, because they were unlocked on hard mode, but we do still have a handful more to unlock, which means a handful of more victories on hard mode. And those are not going so well. So yeah, that was a fun little recap of where we're at. Thank you for joining me. Sorry about the horrible losses. I'm always embarrassed when these runs don't go so well, but I am playing on pretty exclusively hard mode from now on, because I find it to be way more interesting. I don't know, I might need to go back and play regular, boring, normal difficulty, just so that we wrap up some more of those unlocks. Don't know, haven't decided yet. In any event, I'm having a blast. I hope you are too. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.